Some of you have been kind of wondering what the hell's been going on, and a lot of you are probably wondering what's up with the eye patch, which I'll get to that in a minute. But what I want to say first off is I'm all better. Yay! So here's kind of a rundown of what happened. I went to the doctor, and I got some pretty heavy news. But before I explain what happened there, I kind of have to go back just a little bit. I went to the optometrist back in June or July to get contacts for the summer. That didn't happen because of all of this. She was doing that eye test where you stare at her nose and then she holds up fingers and you move your eyes and say how many fingers she's holding up. Well, I couldn't see her left side out of my right eye at all. It was black. It was nothing. And so she took a look at my eye and she thought she saw a blister above my right retina. So she sent me to the ophthalmologist, who said that it was a drop of blood pressing against my optic nerve. He was an idiot. That's completely irrelevant to this. And he said that you need to go to UC, which, for those of you who don't live in America or care anything about the post-secondary American education system, which, by the way, sucks, but that's for a different time. UC is the University of Cincinnati. It's the UC medical program is probably one of the best that we've got in the Cincinnati area. Or actually, probably in Indiana, Ohio, and Kentucky. UC Medical they're incredible. They really are. And that's not just from my personal experience. Several people at work have been to UC and they say they're great. But anyway, so I go to UC and they drop this huge bomb on me. They say that, oh, by the way, guess what? You have melanoma. So, I discovered that I actually had a melanoma tumor in my right eye. It was actually wrapped around my optic nerve. And because of the specific position of the tumor, there was no way to save my eye. And your eyeball is about the size of a quarter. For those of you who know what a quarter looks like, it's probably about yay big, maybe a little bigger. But this tumor was about a quarter of the size of a quarter. And it was sitting right on top of my optic nerve. So because of the position and the size of it, there was no treatment for it. I had 3 options. I could leave it alone and do nothing, which would most likely have killed me within a year, maybe less, because it was a malignant tumor. I could do radiation treatments, which were not guaranteed to kill the tumor and would have killed my eyesight in my right eye within 6 months and been incredibly painful. Or I could just straight up remove my eye. That was pretty much the only viable option, was to remove my right eye. So, yeah, that was a lovely doctor's visit. Let me tell you what. So, the Friday before Labor Day, which was August 29th, I went in to have my right eye removed, which explains the eye patch. It's most of the way healed. I get fitted for a prosthetic in about a week and a half or so. And then I will have a prosthetic eye So I currently only have one eye and will for the rest of my life, unless, we somehow manage to enter into like a Repo the Genetic Opera type thing where I can basically turn into Blind Mag. But so I only have one eye. And in a couple of weeks it will be I only have one real eye. But they got everything. We got the biopsy back on the tumor last week. It is a class 1B tumor. So for anyone who, like me, had no idea what that means, 1A is the best, 1E is the worst. 1A is there's maybe a 0.1 or 0.5 at the maximum chance of anything ever coming back. I'm at a class 1B. That's what this tumor was. It was a class 1B, which means in the next 2 years there is a 1 to 2% chance that anything will show up, and in the next 5 years there is a 10% chance that anything will come back. But as of now, it looks like they got everything. As far as any sort of test can detect, I am 100% cancer-free. So that is what happened to me. That is why I have been so absent lately. I went to the doctor and I got that, quite frankly, horrific news. I was staying with my parents for about a month. I was only out of work for 2 weeks after the surgery. So I was staying with my parents for about a week after the surgery, or a week or so. So, there's that. I can do everything that I could before. I can still breed, I can write, I can knit, I can crochet, I can drive. I can do everything that I could before with little to no difficulty. I mean, my depth perception has only suffered slightly, which is fantastic news. But the only thing I can't do is see with 2 eyes, is the way my dad put it. That's the only thing I can't do, is see with 2 eyes. So that's what happened. That's what's been going on with me. Since I am now pretty much back to fully functioning and Rush is over at work, thank God. I mean, the 2 weeks that I missed, I pretty much missed out on the worst of Rush week, or Rush period, because for those of you who don't know, I work for a large textbook publishing company. So back to school time is pretty much our worst time. So I actually got to miss out on the 2 worst weeks. So go me. But it's taken some time to come to grips with this, but I've pretty much come to grips with it. So if anybody is curious or wants to know what's been going on with me or why I've been so absent lately, that's why. And over the next couple of days, my internet is going to be really, really spotty because my parents are going out of town, partially for their honeymoon and partially for a work trip for my mom. So I'm house sitting for a few days. So my internet is going to be really spotty, so I probably won't be on for a couple of days. But they're coming back Friday night, so probably by this weekend I'll have full internet again. Their internet sucks. But that's pretty much what's been going on with me. If you guys have any questions or you just want to throw hugs in there, my ask box is open. If you don't want to put your name on it, I've got my Anon on, so go nuts. Hugs are always appreciated. I'm feeling really good about this because everybody's been so astounded that I've had such a good attitude, but I've been telling everybody that it's either have a good attitude or go completely insane. Like, actually lock me up in Bedlam if it was still operational. Insane. So, but if anybody has any questions, my ask box is open. I can't guarantee that I'll get to them right away because I am trying to go through pages and pages and pages of Tumblr posts, and I've got a few messages sitting in my ask box. I've seen them from before I got this announcement. I've seen the things that you guys have tagged me in. I promise I'm not ignoring you. It's just for the selfie challenge, I don't really do selfies. So that one's taking a little bit longer because I'm trying to find selfies that I'm really happy with, which are few and far between. So if this could count for that, yay! But I have seen stuff you guys have tagged me in. I've seen messages that you've sent me. I just haven't gotten to them yet. I am so sorry. But things are really crazy at work. I mean, we're just starting to settle down, but we're into return season. So I've got like 10, 15 returns piled up on my desk that I can't do anything with. So things are still pretty crazy at work, and I don't have a lot of time after I get off work, but I promise I'm getting to it. It's just I just got to sit down and find the time. But that's what's going on. If you guys want to send messages, my ask box is open, my submit is open, and that's it. So if you have any questions or want to send support is always welcome. But I'm feeling really good about this. So that's what's been going on. So I just wanted to let you guys know that, and I figured I might as well do this in a video because it'll take forever to type. So that's basically it. That's what happened. And that's why I've been so vague lately. So that's it. Bye.